Hey YouTube, DanOttawa, the best 3rd/4th tier Pokemon battler in the world, coming at you with my Sylph Regional. So, like I told you in the last couple of videos, Sylph puts on these tournaments, and for they put on a tournament every month, and they're special tournaments. They can go either like kind of like how JBL does a Remix Cup or a Love Cup, or these Pokemon are banned, or this typing is banned. So it's the same sort of thing. So you play monthly. I play in the Ottawa region. And then if you do well enough, you got invited to the regionals. So I got invited to the All Ontario regionals, where it was a Venture Cup, and you had 20 points to get 6 Pokemon. So I used 1 6, 2 3 threes, well 1 6, 3 4s, and 2 1s to make up my 20-point team. So my team was Pseudo Widow, Shadow Swampert, Snowy Castform, Mew, Zangoose, and Deox Defense. Pseudo Widow, I quickly learned, is not a good Pokemon to use in this, and that kind of cost me a couple games and realized how weak it is. So in my first match, please ignore this beam of light. I don't know what's going on with my my light above me. The first one I was against Nathan Bishop, who's like one of the top ranked battlers in Canada. I think it was like number 4 on Sylph when this happened. He has Nidoqueen, Deox, Abomasnow, Drifblim, Lanoon, and Ninetales. And immediately I should have. This is the first game when I don't use Deox, was just shows how stupid I was, because Nidoqueen, bad against Psycho Boost. Deox, Mirror Match. Abomasnow, I had the counters. Lanoon, I have the counters. So I should have used Deox all 3. I don't know why I didn't. But let's just take a look at what happened in the first match here. So it's a set of 3, and you play all 3 out no matter what the score is. So Lanoon into Shadow Swampert. This is not a bad match. The problem is I don't know Lanoon's moveset, and I don't know, like charge moves, I don't know. The cancels, I don't know anything. So I'm just going to throw the Hydro Cannon here, and because they shielded, I'm just going to shield back just to see what they have. And it's Grass Knot, so it's a good thing I shielded, or else I would have been killed there. So I'm going to go for the Hydro Cannon here, and they let it go, but it does not KO. So I'm going to immediately switch into Mew. I realize at this point that it has some sort of like Hex or Shadow Claw on, which was really adding up. So between that and the Grass Knot, my Mew's almost taken out, which is not ideal. You don't want your safe swap taken out like that. So out comes an Abomasnow, and I only have Dragon Claw and Wild Charge, so I'm going to throw the Wild Charge. Even though it's resisted, it's the best move I can have right now. Luckily, we CMP tied, which is great, because now I can come in with, this is when I use Pseudo Widow. It's a counter user, so come in counter user, this is good, but they have a Deox, so I'm weak to counters here, which it has so many weaknesses. That's what I realized, just how many weaknesses I have. But I'm going to get the Rock Slide off here. Let's see how much this does. Not a ton, so I got to go into my Swampert. The problem is, this is loaded now, so I got to shield this up, no matter what it is, because I'm already at the yellow. It's a Psycho Boost, so luckily that will lower its attack. They're going to go back to back here, so I'm glad I shielded up the first one, because they're 2-time lowered here. But the problem is I'm already half down, so even if they let this go, they have a Abomasnow with a shield, and there's no chance of me taking this one, because Pseudo Widow is weak to the grass, which they are going to land the Energy Ball to do super effective here. So really bad start, and this is when I realized, okay, get your Deox in there, because Deox will have a lot of play. So I'm going to leave with Swampert again into their Deox. And this is, again, an okay matchup. I will need to shield up the first move, but I can outpace to 2 Hydro Cannons, which will draw shield pressure. Because if I get one off here, and then a second one, they have to shield. So they shield the first one, because they have to shield one anyway, so that's okay. So I'm going to match shields here, because it's just a Psycho Boost. Again, I'm going to get off this Hydro Cannon. They let it go. And now they try and catch on Lanoon, which is fine, because now I can just Hydro Cannon this. It'll take it down pretty low. Not yellow, but like in the yellow. And now I can come with my Deox and just start hard farming. I don't really care what move is thrown at me, because Deox is pretty bulky. So I just want to come out of this matchup loaded with my Deox. And they come in with their own Deox and get the move off ahead of me, which is not great. But my Rock Slide and they get a counter through, and you'll see how I just rewatched this. You'll see how many times I let a quick move get through here. It's pathetic. It's very, very bad. And luckily they have an Abomasnow in the back, so I can rock slide this to force a shield, and then come in with my Zangoose, which knows close combat, and you're not going to outpace a Zangoose with a shield here. So close combat for the win. Good alignment there to take the win. So it is 1-1 now. And now you see them make an adjustment. I made the adjustment with the Deox, and now they're going to make an adjustment with the Drifblim, you're going to see. So this is an interesting matchup because my Shadow Claws and Night Slashes are doing super effective, but their counters are doing super effective to me. So we're really just both hitting each other hard. They want to build up because I'm guessing they're trying to go for 2 Psycho Boosts, but I guess they lost count because now I can get a Night Slash in here to take this out or grab a shield. And I grab a shield. So they will get here, but I'm just going to come with my DX because anything they throw at me is not going to hurt me too much. And luckily they threw Blind because they wanted to back-to-back Psycho Boost, but now that's resisted. And now they go for the Rock Slide, but they're already 2-time lowered. So that was a little mistake on my opponent's part. They should have saw what was coming in before throwing. And if you're going to throw a Rock Slide Psycho Boost, throw the Rock Slide first so you don't lower your attack. The problem is now here comes a Drifblim. So I can throw Rock Slide to super effective here. But I need to go into my Swampert because I have a bad matchup with my Deox. And they throw the Shadow Ball, which is great. The problem is I'm still going to need 2 Hydro Cannons to take this out. And I need to respect anything they're going to throw at me because the Shadow Ball would take me out here. So I'll get the first one off. Out comes a move. Could be a Shadow Ball, so I shield it up. But they just bait me, which is not great. And out comes the Linoone again. So I need to throw this Hydro Cannon. It doesn't do enough to take it out. I'm hoping that the second one takes it out, but it does not. So I'm hoping that I could now farm down or try to make the swap there to save my Swampert. But they stampede. Take me out. So now this is brutal because I get no farm my DX. I need farm here. And now it's just a race, Rock Slide versus Shadow Ball, and I just get it as they're getting to their Shadow Ball to take this out. So I will take the first match against one of the top players in Canada, so I am very happy with that. So the second match, we are against Macanzilla, who has a Lickitung, Metachamp, Gyarados, Articuno, Rainy Cast Form, and Normal Cast Form. And you'll see in these next couple of matches how these big, beefy Pokemon really cause me problems. So we go into battle 2. Castform against Metachamp is a terrible lead because the counters are going to be doing super effective against the ice. So I got to get out of there. I come into my Mew and they come into their Gyarados. And this is when I realized, okay, I'm just going to build up a little bit. And man, they're already throwing a move. I realized how in trouble I was here because they threw the lunge and I'm like, oh no. Because I have my Mew and my Deox, which are going to take super effective from these lunges. So I can only throw Dragon Claw and my attack's lowered. I'm now almost dead anyway, so let's just go for the Wild Charge to do as much chip damage as I can, even though my attack's lowered. So not too bad. I can get to another Dragon Claw here, so they're going to need to throw, or else I'm going to get to a move. I'm now going to come in and try and farm a bit with my Cast Form, because I think my Cast Form is kind of useless against the Metachamp anyways. I'm going to let this go just because I think a 2-shielded Deox is probably my way to go here. And even though my attack's lowered, I'm like, I'm almost out of Blizzard. So I just go for a Blizzard because it may catch them off guard thinking, oh, it's already a lowered attack. This isn't going to do a lot. So I throw the Blizzard and it gets them in the yellow. And now I can come with my Metachamp here. And they're staying in. So I'm like, okay, something in the back does not want to see my Deox. And this is my first mistake. I over-farm there. I don't need to overfarm. Throw the Rock Slide to force a shield here. I just let them get a free Ice Punch in unnecessarily. Because if I threw the Rock Slide right away, it would have forced that shield if they wanted to use the energy, or they would have gone down with energy. And now comes the Lickitungs, and that's why they wanted to save. They didn't want my Deox to see it, because these counters are doing super effective. And between these counters and Rock Slides, I should be able to hopefully take this out. I'm going to have to burn a shield here. And what I did is I saw the switch timer is coming up, so I'm going to throw the Psycho Boost here and then reset going into there. I'm going to get to a Weather Ball here because it's pretty spammy, these cast forms. Get to the Weather Ball. This is going to take it low enough, and we CMP tied. So I'm fine letting this go because I can just come in with Deox, counter down with the shield for a good start. So again, an ace trainer. This was like one of the top ranked Canadian battlers. And I took this off him, so I was feeling good. And then it all started to go downhill. So Mew, this is a good lead. So I went the same team, and they came with Luck Tongue. And here's my first mistake. You have your Deox counter. I went Wild Charge and then tried to counter down, but by this time, I let them get so many quick moves off there that they're going to get to a charge move here, which is okay. Unfortunately, it's a body slam. Doesn't do much. You saw how much it did, right? I'm going to go Rock Slide here. And I'm going to counter down. I decide to shield here, which is such a dumb move because I need to save shields for my other Pokemon because now I just wasted a shield which wouldn't have done much. I went to the overfarm unnecessarily. I went to back Psycho Boost, so I dumped a bit, but I just gave a free move there unnecessarily, especially if I want to reset the buff here, going back into my Mew, which I do. And then out comes the Gyarados. So a 2-shield Gyarados, I'm just going to go straight for the Wild Charge, catch them off guard, thinking maybe they won't throw the Wild Charge this early, but they do shield. So now my attack's the slower. This is going to take it out. Again, my Deox is going to be weak to the lunges as well. So I'm going to come in here with cast form, and I let the first one go because I don't know how much it did, and it's a decent amount. And so I'm like, okay, I need to get at least one move off here. I'm eventually going to try and come in and snipe with my Deox. I need to shield this up. So they come in with the Machamp. So I want to try and come in and snipe here. Throw this and then come in and snipe. But they were expecting it. And now I just lost all my energy on my Deox. And they have a shield. And I'm going to get countered down here. So this game's over. And in this third battle is when I completely blow it, showing my true 3rd/4th tier colors at the end of this game here. So what happens is Metachamp against Swampert. Okay lead because I can out-spam this. I need to watch out for the Psychic, but I end up calling the Ice Punch here, which doesn't take me out. And then I can throw the Hydro Cannon to take Switch here. The only problem is you can see what's going to happen here. So they take me out here, and I have an okay matchup here because we're both doing hard against each other, but I'm pretty fast compared to Lickitung. But you know what's coming. What's coming is their same team, Gyarados, is in the back, which has play against both my Mew and my Deox. Oh, sorry. You're also going to see a couple glitches like that because my mom texted me and the notifications showed up. So I've just cut those out. So I let these moves go thinking I need 2 shields for all the lunges that they're going to throw at me. And I need to save my Deox because I need to reset the debuffs when they start throwing lunge at me. So let's go because I think the lunge is going to hurt me the most. And I've got an energy advantage, which is okay. So I'm going to throw the Dragon Claw first. We both have 2 shields. We're going to start shielding each other, I'm expecting. So there's the first shield. I'm going to go back to back here. They're going to throw. I'm going to shield as well. They realize that I need to shield so they can just go cross pose to lower my defense. I go for the back-to-back Dragon Claws, and this is why I am a terrible, terrible, terrible player. I have a bunch of energy stored. My attack is only lowered 1 here. I'm like, I'm going to reset my buff. So I'm going to come in, they counter me down, and now I lose CMP tie because I don't know who wins CMP tie. So basically just through that match, I could have just gone double Dragon Claw there to take that out. But really, really boneheaded play there on my part. And this match that you're going to see here is the most frustrating match I've ever been in my life because they have Lick Licky, they have a Pichirisu, which is an XL Pokemon, and they have a Wobbuffet, which is also an XL Pokemon, level 50. So these games are long, and I really don't have a counter for either of those. And again, McNuggets is one of the top battlers in Canada as well. I think is like top 10. So I tried my Pseudo again because I did not learn my lesson the first time around. Here comes super effective moves. I gotta shield this up because it's squishy and it's a Stone Edge. I throw the Rock Slide. Didn't even bother building up to the Earthquake because I'm an idiot. Here comes the Rock Slide. It's resisted. The only good news is I can get another Rock Slide off, which will allow me to take Switch or take the shield back. So I do take the shield back, which is okay. I'm going to let this go because I can now come in with Deox and do some, and there's a super effective Earthquake just for fun. And I can now come in with Deox to counter down here and come out with energy. The Stone Edge is not going to hurt too much. And out comes Wobbuffet. So here we go. Ready. Rock Slide number 1. Absolutely nothing. Counters resisted. Rock Slide number 2. Absolutely nothing. Thinking maybe I'll come into my I'm like let's see how much this return does to me. It does a decent amount. I'll come into my cast form now. Oh yeah, I forgot that Wobbuffet has counters, which is bad for my ice. And I can go for the Blizzard here thinking, hey, it's a Wobbuffet, maybe it won't shield. And it does not shield, which is nice. But I let this go, which is a mistake because we've already saw that returns do a decent amount. So this is going to put me in the yellow. And now I'm saving a shield for no reason because both my Pokemon are in the red now. And it's a Pichirisu with Volt Switch and extremely thick that these Weather Balls do almost nothing. Volt Switch me down, and I need to get to 2 moves here, and it's not happening. So this is like an all XL tanky team that I really don't have a response to. I do get off 1 here, but my attack's lowered, so the second one wouldn't do enough. Plus we seem to be tied, so I lose this match. So this set was very frustrating, I'm not gonna lie, but I do manage to hold my own in this game, kind of luckily. So you'll see what happens. So Wobbuffet on the lead. Again, counters are effective. This time I came in with Mew. So I was building up again to the Blizzard, thinking, hey, maybe I'll just chunk again. But I threw the Weather Ball like an idiot. If they have a level 50 Wobbuffet, they are not burning a shield on it. Go for the Blizzard there. They throw the return, so that does a lot. But I'm going to come with Mew, and I can start doing, and they come in with the Pichirisu. So that's electric, so I need to just throw these Dragon Claws. Luckily, I have an energy advantage, so I'm wondering how much I can do here. Fortunately, it's an XL2, so this is doing almost nothing. And okay, there's a second. They got Thunderbolts, so I think I switched because I'm still got some energy, but I don't know the counts, and they're, hello, already at another one right here, and I'm building up farming for no reason. Again, force the freaking shield, you moron. Now that does super effective, and they get a Volt Switch through. Oh my lord, how do they get a Volt? The amount of fast moves I let through is brutal here, and that would have taken it out. That's why you need to throw it ahead of time, because they would have let that go. They would have shielded last time. In comes the Wobbuffet, which I again don't have a direct answer to. So come with my Deox, just trying to counter and Rock Slide this as much as I can. And this is where my opponent, I think, accidentally threw this game. Because in their mind, they're thinking 2 shielded in the back is going to sweep what's left of my Pokemon. But what's left in the back was an Abomasnow, a Shadow Abomasnow. So again, my mom texted me, but I got a ton of counters through. I'm going to shield this up I've already got a ton of counters through. I'm loaded with a Psycho Boost here, so I can throw the Psycho Boost. I have a Weather Ball loaded, so I can immediately reset my debuff, throw the Weather Ball. I almost have a second Weather Ball loaded, so I can get the first one off. They need to throw, or else I'm gonna get to another one. So they throw right before I get to the next one, but then I can just counter and Psycho Boost there to take it out. So able to come back there because they had a Pokemon in the back that both of mine could deal with. So take the second game. So it's 1-1. So I have a chance. I don't have a chance. I can do some ASMR telling you that I do not have a chance. So here comes Pachirisu against my cast form and loading up. Let another Volt Switch go through. Need to go rewatch Waldor's video because that was pathetic timing on my part. I'm going to shield up the first one. Yes. So the first one. Over farming again. They're already at a move. Again. Throw the move. That almost takes me out. Another Volt Switch. I have back-to-back here. So hopefully I can grab one shield. And I do grab one shield. I'm going to immediately switch to my Deox. Now comes a Licklicky. So this actually gives me a chance because this is probably my best counter to Licklicky. I have a Zangoose in the back. But I'm doing a lot of damage here. And this is where I lost the game too. I shielded up a Body Slam on my Deox. You do not need to shield up that Body Slam. It's not going to do a lot. And you have a Zangoose in the back, which needs shields. Zangoose is very good when it has an energy lead and shields. Otherwise, you're in trouble. So I'm like, okay, let's come in with Zangoose to get some advantage. They come in here. I can throw the Night Slash. Unfortunately, it's not enough to take it out. And they're going to Thunderbolt me, which almost takes me out. I tried to switch out there knowing that it was coming, but I can't because they free CMP tied. This is almost going to take me out, and this is why I need to save. Zangoose is so squishy, you need to save the shield for that. So terrible mistake on my part. Cost me a couple there. Tried to get to the blizzard, no point. So those are the three. Started 1 and 2. Like I said, I went 3 and 3 overall. So the next tomorrow's video, you will see me going 2 and 1, and it should have been 3 and 0. But man, my opponent in that game I lost, you're gonna see some all-star plays on their part. So it was an incredible match. I made so many mistakes here. Lessons learned from this. Sudowoodo, not great for an open league. You can overfarm. You've got to keep track of their moves. And you got to know CMP, both of which I do not know, which is why multiple times they got moves off when they should not have. And leaving to reset and losing on the CMP was just terrible. And the one where I threw with the Mew building up to the Wild Charge, when I have a decent matchup, I should have come in right away with the DX. So tons of mistakes on my part, and when you're against competition this good, you cannot make those mistakes because they will make you pay. So those are the matches, and I will see you guys in the next 3 tomorrow.